Hey, close the darn door! You're letting all the heat out!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And please help me welcome David, Tarot by the Bay, and Gary, Twin Tarot. And I wish you guys could see what goes on behind the scenes.
So did that go through? Did that audio go through at the end of your intro?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
It's like, so for the folks at home which you don't realize, so when Marina starts the intro, Gary and I come off the screen because we see the screen the same way you do, and we're on the bottom here and we're muted. And I click on the mute button. It's like, I can unmute myself. Oh, this is not good. I don't have lyrics to Marina's opening title.
That's okay. It made me laugh, and Gary was in the background just
looking at that. I realized not David wasn't around for the opening sequence. They had to bring him in, get him off.
Oh well, okay. Everybody leave. We'll have to come back and do it in another couple minutes.
It was an absolute battle cry in our house growing up. Close the damn door! You're letting all the heat out. I don't own stock at PG&E. Pacific Gas and Electric, for those not from the West Coast.
Yes, absolutely.
Damn kids.
Yeah. Well, it was either that or, you didn't turn off the light. What are we leaving?
Turn off the light when you leave the room.
Not if I'm in the room still.
Yeah, I think we must have all grown up with the same parents.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
They call them the silent generation. They weren't so silent,
No.
That was their parents.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us. I know that, you look forward to Taco Tuesdays as much as I know I look forward to doing them. And I think, well, the boys keep showing up, so they must like it.
Indeed.
So, I do have both David and Gary's info listed in the description of the video. So if you are not, for any reason whatsoever, subscribe to their channels, please, what are you waiting for? You want an invite? I'm inviting. Go ahead, subscribe to the channels. Make sure that you, David puts out some amazing content, as do both David and Gary. So, make sure that you go over and check it out. And I always have to be careful what I'm going to think about, what we're going to read on, because David always beats me to the punch.
That's the benefit of doing daily readings, right?
Yes.
Always read on the hottest news. Although I've not read on the hottest of the hottest news because I kind of want it to get out there a bit more because it's disturbing. I don't think Gary knows what we're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's going to need a little more time to let's say simmer.
Yeah.
And then more and more information is going to come out, and it's about the Epps files and the folks involved with Epps.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's an adult male testifying now who was a boy at the time, and he's talking about snuff rings. Yeah. Now you understand why you kind of want to let it's information's out on Substacks and threads and stuff like that. The mainstream media has not talked about it at all.
Yeah.
Now, I will warn people, just throwing it out there, because it is disturbing, that the names he names in this one, where Gary, he names Donald Trump, Lindsey Graham, Andy Biggs, Jim Jordan, Clarence Thomas,
Oh, wow.
and some others as being involved in all this. Yeah, Zorro Ranch, for those asking. It sounds like a who's list of people we really would want to see in there and be criminally punished for it. So it almost seems like it's too good to be true that you're giving us all these people on a platter.
Yeah.
So, take it with a grain of salt. That's not saying what this guy is saying isn't true, but we don't have anything to back it up yet. And it would be, you could see QAnon doing the same thing, like, AOC, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, George Washington, whoever is George Soros, they'd have their laundry list, AOC and various others that they'd want to see on there being crucified. So,
Yes.
I had heard about that on, I don't even remember where I saw either the article or the conversation on it, but there was some ranch where there was a young man that was involved, and it involved snuffing.
Yeah.
And it was going to have big names associated with it.
Yes.
Yeah, and this guy's posted on Facebook these stories throughout the year last year. And I guess the recordings that are out there were recorded over the summer of last year.
Okay.
And all that being said, the disturbing thing is that it would explain why Lindsey Graham twists himself into pretzels like he does. It would explain these people's slavish devotion to Trump, because if Trump goes down as he threatened, everybody goes down.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And Libby Meister-Taro, she's got some information on her channel.
People were saying it was on Susan Lynn's, and that's the one I saw, was Susan Lynn talking about it.
Yeah. So it's, yes, we want to make you aware of it, but at the same time, like David said, take it with a grain of salt. Let's see what else comes out. Let it simmer and whatnot, because the last thing that we want to do is to spread something that is overblown. That takes nothing away from the victim. I think he is speaking his truth. You just don't know how many other people have added to it when they retell the story.
Yeah, and we haven't. Again, this stuff is supposed to be in the files. So if the evidence comes out, it corroborates the story. If as I think it was Susan Lynn was out there saying, you can bring some cadaver dogs out there, start seeing if you get hits.
Yes.
Because apparently I guess people might have been buried out there too. So, this story will unfold and unfurl as it does. And if there were shenanigans there like this, there should be evidence to back it up.
Yes, absolutely. And I think most of us have been saying for quite some time that the people that are going to be implicated in this, we're going to be shocked beyond shock. And absolutely, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Because let's face it, when it comes to evil, sometimes it's a little hard to identify just by looking at someone. So it's going to leave us a little gobsmacked, but this is necessary. It's like you have to go through the process. You have to identify who's who did what, so on.
Winter is here saying the felon's diapers are explained. I think I read a Facebook post he shared something about that after Trump assaulted him, that he injured Trump. And
Yes.
it did in in that Facebook post I saw it literally before I went on the show. It didn't say where he injured him. And if you're saying that it's because that explains why he wears diapers, maybe so. I know that he also is purported to abuse speed, and that also will do that for you as well.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Time will tell. So be aware. Just, take it with a grain of salt. Do some research. Do your own sleuthing, if you will, and understand where the information is coming from, because there's going to be some people who can definitely take advantage of something like this by, sensational headline, and get you to repeat something that may not be totally true. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So excuse me, just to get things started, since of course, we're Trump, of course. Something was pointed out in a video today, and it kind of made me wonder, and it's true, that Trump has recently started slurp. He used to make that noise, right? Now he's slurping,
Which is just doesn't that just nauseate you when you know why it's like
does.
Yeah,
it does. And part of it's some of the doctors have come out and said that he is losing the passive swallow reflex, which can be it's associated with neurological issues, and we all know that when it comes to neurological issues, he's got plenty of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
now I only half joke when I say at some point that guy's going to have a stroke and he's going to be in a corner in a chair drooling into a cup. He's already halfway there. He hasn't started drooling. He's still cognizant enough to slurp it.
Yes, absolutely. And that's not something that gets better. That's not something I don't think that they can give him medication for. It kind of is what it is. So can we do a quick, maybe 3-card pull and just say, is this the part of the neurological issue? Are we on the right track with that? Just kind of a quick intro. And I could say hi to everyone that's here. I wish I could say hello to each and every one of you individually, but there's 216 of you in here.
Oh,
so
my.
yes. Yeah. Thank you for being here. It is his mind. Yeah, his neurologica isn't working quite as good as it should. What I got was shadow operation, and it doesn't mean somebody behind the scenes as much as it's his brain just kind of turning off slowly, like
And I get the moon card. To me, it's he's slipping into dementia on this one.
Yeah. Well, I pulled 3 cards. I had the King of Pentacles. Underneath was the Death card. So his good health days are ending. And the card underneath was the 7 of Wands. The battle's just begun.
Yes.
He's on a defensive battle. And like I think how you kind of segued in, this is kind of a one-way ticket. This is not going to improve. This is how long can you hold on?
Exactly. So, yeah, there you go. So yeah, I think he is kind of it's only a matter of time. And honestly, I have asked and asked, and I wish that I could get some sense about when. But it's one of those things that Spirit says, "Ah, oh, grasshopper, some things you don't need to know." So there you go. Now, Trump has been over the last couple days, particularly over the last day or so, has been doing a lot of the tweeting in the middle of the night. His usual routine, but it's just bless you.
I gave it to
It's
him.
just getting
Couldn't get to the mute button.
it's okay. It's just getting a little ridiculous. And there was a post on his social, and it was a lengthy post. And I think it was someone else who did it for him, because that it made a little more sense than his normal. And he didn't sign it off with, kind of like, yeah, this is my final word. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was complaining that that basically the Supreme Court, should they decide to rule against him when it comes to the tariffs, that would be a very, very bad thing, because it would cost billions and billions of dollars, and it would do untold damage to the economy and everything. So you better be careful on how you vote on this. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Where is all that money? Where
Exactly.
is it? Who knows where it is?
Yeah, untold billions will be lost by me and having to be given back to you. Can't have that.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then shortly thereafter, he posted that he announced a 25% U.S. tariff on any country doing business with Iran, and that's his final word. That's the way it is, and thank you for your attention to this matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does he fully believe that because he says it or he types it, that it becomes an executive order?
Yeah, because he's surrounded by sycophants who'll do that for him. Now, that being said, just because he said it doesn't mean that people will actually do the work to enforce it or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Let Grandpa yell at the clouds. It'll be okay.
Exactly. And yet at the same time, he doesn't want anyone to do business with Iran, because they're killing people all over the place. And yet he wants to work with Iran. Apparently they'd like to negotiate. So he's going to go and talk to them and see what he can do. The people of Iran should relax, because help is on the way.
Yep.
Hello?
Well, what's so funny about that, or ironic or twisted, is, in Iran, if people are protesting an oppressive government and they're getting shot at and killed and sent to the hospital, that's a terrible, terrible thing. And the U.S. needs to intervene and stand up for these protesters who are protesting this oppressive regime. But if it happens in the United States and there's protesters protesting an oppressive regime, it's a bad thing, and those protesters need to be punished and shot and
taken out and summarily executed.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's very confusing. I don't know how to view these protesters.
Yeah,
it's very confusing to me.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things that I kind of wanted to touch upon was, apparently, Trump Kirsty Noem was interviewed by Jake Tapper, and he basically let her speak. He didn't interrupt her too much, and some of the things that she was saying are just so outlandish that within just a minute, I had it written down here. Okay, so Renee Nicole Good and unalived by the ICE agent. That happened at 10:37 a.m. Less than 2 hours after that was when Kirsty Noem came out with her, she is a domestic terrorist. She tried to run the ICE agent over. She was abusive. She was violent. On and on and on. And that's what she discovered after having done all the research. Not even 2 hours, and you got all the info?
Hey, man. That's how good our government is.
Yes, yeah. And whoever those investigators were, I think maybe they should look into some murders if they can solve them that quickly. Right? So this is, she also said that, she got her facts because she had met with some of the people, some of the ICE agents the day before, and she heard their stories, and these people are putting their lives on the line every single day, and blah 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 blah. So she seemed to get very upset when Jake Tapper was pressing her on how could you do it that fast, like what kind of investigation went through. Like they were probably still investigating. There's a lot more questions than there are answers, and why are you kind of rewriting history? And she did not like that one little bit. Now, rather than kind of concentrate on that, the the thing that and Rose Blue had mentioned it, so I looked it up. Apparently, Representative Robin Kelly has, Representative Kelly Morrison co-sponsors articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. And that just, January 13th, just a couple hours ago. There will be three articles of impeachment: obstruction of Congress, violation of public trust, and self-dealing. So how can we take a look and see what does Kristi Noem's future for the next couple months? What does Kristi Noem's future look like? Articles of impeachment.
She's the one that's got her man toy reporting to her, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's also the one who unalived the puppy because it was acting like a puppy.
Yeah.
And then did the same thing to a goat because it was goating. Yeah. Okay. Whoever has cards, go ahead and put them down. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the phone.
One more.
Okay, so Foundation Marina, get the Tower card. There's going to be a sudden ending over here with Temperance. So things are going bad for her, but there's going to be a bailout of somehow. There's something that's going to make it not so bad. Center underneath it is the Empress. I think Trump likes her. I don't look at this as lazy and entitled. I think she embraces all the horrible ideologies that Trump likes, but she's got to lay low. She's got to keep quiet for a while. So it's almost like, yeah, she's going to go through a rough time, but if she can lay low and keep things quiet, then she might make it through. This could also mean, though, that she leaves either for a different position or she leaves and she gets to keep all the money that she has raised with her special companies, and she'll be protected. They won't investigate her. They'll keep quiet on things, and then she can go about her life living comfortably for the rest. Actually, I think that's more it. I think she's going to go. We won't hear from her again, and she's got so much money that she can live comfortably the rest of her life.
Yeah. What'd you get, Gary?
I start with the Ten of Pentacles, which is Trump worried about his legacy. And it has to do with justice. Or in this case, the lack of an investigation, where basically they're just walking away from this investigation. People will start working behind the scenes and don't believe everything that's coming out. What I was basically thinking when I was throwing the cards, is she going to be the first out the revolving door? And I think it's a competition between her and Pam Bondi are going to be the first two out the door. And looking at this, it could really apply to either one. But I think basically the lack of investigation is going to cause Congress to start coming together and saying, yeah, maybe this isn't what we signed up for. You were saying that someone said there was articles of impeachment being filed for her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it may be a little early for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't gain some traction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that what is obviously some of the people in Congress, what they're finding out is, there's fraudulent conduct. There's things that are going on that, the investigation that wasn't an investigation and that sort of thing. There was a good deal of information that was put out under the facade of the goodwill, and that it's something that she likes to refer to quite a lot, in that, Donald Trump wants this. It's a very, transparent, and he wants all the information to get out as soon as it can, and so on and so forth. So I think there's, trying to act like, this is a good thing. But no, basically what, empty promises. And I think empty promises from her in terms of trying to explain herself. And I think that it could be, it could also be the some of the people in Congress who are initially going to say, yes, we need to get rid of her, but they're not going to be serious. I also got open negotiation. So they might give her a choice. They might let her decide, how she wants to exit and where she wants to exit. But it's still anything and everything with this administration is grain of salt, huge. Sometimes, it's big enough, it's going to choke you. But and hello, Andrew. Nice to see you here, Andrew. Andrew Nicky Skincare. Thank you for making me look good. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And as you were saying, Gary, about, it's going to be interesting to see who goes first, whether it's Gnome or Pam Bondi. Apparently,
Don't forget Cash Patel. He's in
well,
there too.
Yeah, Cash Patel. But Bondi apparently was in front of one of the Senate committees, and in her effort to explain or validate her position, she kind of said a couple things that could see her doing some jail time. And what was it that she said when she was being questioned about particularly the DOJ going after people who either speak out against Trump or question Trump, anything having to do with, not making Trump look great, that all of a sudden there's investigations that go on. Mm-hmm. And they were particularly focusing on the investigation and the indictment of James Comey. And apparently she had signed a lot of the paperwork before she was even confirmed. So rather than say, well, tell the truth, okay, I kind of jumped the boat on this one. No, she made things worse, because then she went back and tried to backdate some of the documents.
Oh no!
That's not the first time she's done that, though.
I know. So it prompted the DOJ to initially to specifically come out and say that Bondi was unauthorized to do what she did and to sign the paperwork that she did. So, according to the appointments clause and the things that she has broken, she could face obstructing justice. She could face charges of abuse of office, conspiring to deprive citizens of their natural due process, and so on. None of these are kind of slap on the wrist things. So, how do we feel about Pam Bondi? How's her future look?
I work in a really tightly regulated environment. Backdating gets you fired. Period. End of story. Yes. Don't get to call a friend. Final answer.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna go to Tara with this. Tammy Jo needs to go. Yes, she does. Yeah. And I think some of the obstruction of justice. Yeah. And it's 20. It can be up to 20 years in prison for each event, for each occurrence, and you can bet there's more than one. Yeah.
I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles, and in this case, I'm using the Pentacles as evidence. Now, this is a card of a champion, a mercenary knight, which he's certainly been for Donald Trump. Yes. But in this one, I've got 3 cards with Pentacles on them. So I think this is the evidence that's coming forward, and there's more evidence. This is only the evidence we're talking about. The problem is it's raining evidence. This is just the stuff we've seen. There is a whole lot of evidence underneath here, and there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. At what point do you cut bait fish on? Underneath of it all is the King of Wands, which is my card to represent the Attorney General. So I think likely once more evidence comes out, or enough evidence comes out, the decision's going to be made to remove her. She can resign. She'll resign, and then Trump will put somebody else in there that will do what he wants. But yeah, it's just how quickly they uncover this evidence and it gets revealed.
Yeah. Yes.
So I got my 7 of Cups, which was on my Who's Going to Go First reading. So that was the foundation. Don't believe everything you're seeing, everything that's being shared. There's secrets that are out there, but these secrets will be revealed. Everyone will see what's going on. And like Dave, he had the Knight of Pentacles. I got the Queen. You know, the mother lode of evidence out there, and the case is strong.
Yeah. Well, I might as well join in on the Pentacles suite because I too got the Queen of Pentacles. And I also got the 3 of Pentacles. There's people that behind the scenes that are gathering this information. They're working together. They're sharing that information. So yeah, it's not going to be a good look for her. I think I also got the Knight of Cups. So I'm reading that as again, where someone approaches her with an offer and says, "Here's your opportunity to get out of Dodge." You know, before the maybe ICE agents come looking for you. So you might want to reconsider your position, and you might want to hightail it out of here. And just like Gnome, she's probably, you know, going to be well looked after financially. But where are they going to go in the world? I mean, you know, people know them. So yeah, I think this is just kind of it feels like the iceberg, you know, where we're just seeing a little part of it. But yeah, there's more than enough there.
Well, if she gets indicted or she gets convicted, and sentenced, is Trump just going to pardon her?
I don't know. I don't know that he can. There's something that I thought I read where, yeah, he couldn't pardon her. He couldn't step in and do anything. But I'm not sure whether this, if this would be state charges or federal charges, or how they would go about it. But, so
Not sure.
Yeah, don't have enough information to to kind of talk on that. But so all right. Yeah, this article said that there's a big difference. Like, she can't say this was a clerical error or something along those lines, because what she did stepped the boundary of something that was negligent to something that she did with intent. And you would think that as a lawyer, she'd know that. So yeah. Okay. What else do we kind of a lot?
I wasn't sure if you were aware of this or not, Marina, but there was a recent poll that said 62% of Americans would oppose U.S. military action in Greenland. And my first thought is, that's it?
Only 62?
Only 62%. And then as you go to read on, only 14% would favor U.S. forces going into Greenland. So there's like still like 25% that are, I guess, undecided. I don't know how you're undecided on this.
I could take it or leave it, you know.
But it's interesting because, you know, Trump is really, you know, wanting to go ahead and start doing land grabs wherever he can.
He really is going ahead to distract from the Epstein files.
Yes.
Anything.
But
anything so that really, you don't look at it.
Yeah, that really kind of struck me as like, only 62% are opposed to this? My God, what the hell's the matter with us?
Yeah. And don't forget, too, that, you know, 62% of the people that they were able to reach and 62% of the people who knew a little bit about the situation. I'm sure that there are people who have no idea what Greenland is, where it is, what it's about. They're just not familiar with it. So, you know, what do I care? What do I care? But I think that for NATO, for Canada, for Greenland, Trump, you want it? Come up here. Come see what you can get. Because the U.S. military has no experience fighting in Arctic conditions. None. They may do a little bit of exchange with a country here and there, but nothing like the conditions that they would be facing in Greenland. They don't have the equipment. NATO is, I think, up to, I don't know, 60, 70 ships that are capable of dealing with the cold water, that are built to deal with the cold water one. The U.S. has two. Yeah, it would be absolutely horrible if he did, and there would be a good number of American lives lost. But what does he care? It's not his life, right? Yeah. And yes, Rose Blue, they get 2 months of nice weather. Other than that, it's pretty much snowed in and, you know, with ice. And I had said earlier, I did a show earlier, and I said the U.S. used to have quite a few bases on Greenland. They now only have one. And the reason for that is because the U.S. walked away saying that Greenland had nothing to offer. So they left it. Now, all of a sudden, you know, we've got some global warming and you can see some minerals. Oh, wait. I changed my mind. I want it back. It should always have been, you know, part of the U.S. No, dude, it's closer to Canada. If it's going to be part of anything, it'll be Canada.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
But Trump's logic, well, why do you can build more bases there? He's like, why do you need to own it? Because, you know, we don't want China or Russia to go over there and take it over. Okay, first off, doing a land invasion is not an easy thing to do. How is China going to do it from the other end of the planet? Where is China going to park all the landing craft that they need in order to do this?
Yes.
And Russia can't even take out Ukraine. How are they going to do an amphibious assault on Greenland? And then there's the whole thing of it's a NATO territory, and you'll Article 5 yourself to oblivion if you do that. Mm-hmm. So obviously Trump's arguments don't make any sense. So it has nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Right, exactly.
But media nobody ever pushes back on him, and that's what's infuriating. This old man just rambles off on shit, and nobody challenges him on it.
Yep. They just let him go. Yeah, give Grandpa his coloring book. You know, go over there, grab your. Oh, look, there's a Big Mac there for you. Go over and grab that and your fries. And even a lot of the military generals have said no. This this is not something that we can take on. Like, it's not, it would take so much training, so much preparation, so much refitting of equipment, you know, retrofitting the vehicles and the ships and what, yeah. So yeah, not so good. But is he going to try? Is he going to try?
Hmm.
Oh.
He's gonna try, but okay. Foundation of the reading, 501s. Create a fracas, create a distraction, create the illusion of a lot of like it's like you could expect like a military buildup on the bases in there. And again, the warning sirens, the air raid sirens, that sort of thing. I think what it is, the U.S. is going to make a bunch of noise. They're going to build up troops. They're going to make a bunch of noise. And then it's going to be, go back to the offer of, I'll buy it off of you. He's basically trying to strong arm tactic. Is he going to invade it? No. I think he's going to try and make it look like things are getting dire, and then he'll offer to buy it again.
I got almost that exact kind of vibe from my cards. King of Swords, we could take this by force if we want. But, I'm going to make you all sorts of crazy offers. And we'll be one big happy family. But, ultimately, he's looking at what he can harvest, from Greenland. He's looking at resources. And underneath it, the truth is going to come out. And I got the same feeling from these cards, is that it's not invasion. It's saber rattling, but then try and buy them. Is kind of, I kind of get that vibe as well. He'll threaten like, we could do what we did in Venezuela. We can do what we're going to do in Iran. But I think it's just saber rattling. This is a NATO country, so the stakes are a lot bigger for this.
Yes.
You invade this country, even unless Trump wants out of NATO. I think Congress would be very, very, very against this. And I think the military would have to sort of challenge that illegal order.
Yes.
I think because now it's an ally, it's a NATO ally that you're going in. This isn't some alleged drug kingpin president that wasn't elected situation. This is a situation where you're talking about invading an ally and a NATO ally at that. So yeah, you might have a problem if you try and get that to work. That's what I get.
Yes. Yeah. I think that yeah, and I think I agree with you guys. He is he's going to come in with an offer, okay? That well, like you say, a lot of saber rattling, and we're going to come in whether you like it or not. We're going to put boots on the ground, blah 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 blah. But then, yeah, he's going to make an offer, right? I'm a peace-loving person, right? How is that going to work out? It's not going to work out. Ten of Swords. They're going to say, you know what? You can take your offer, and out you go. His feelings are going to be hurt, and he's not going to like that response. But ultimately, he's going to have to walk away. And if he doesn't, it's a tower moment. So yeah, it's more noise than anything else. So yeah, I think if I was in Greenland, maybe I wouldn't worry quite so much. But, keep your eyes and ears open. But, yeah. By the way, David, Leanna says that you look good in red, and that's a good color for you.
Jewel tones tend to work very well with me.
Right.
The autumn colors, the mustards, the oranges.
Yes.
No.
You're not an autumn, huh?
No, jewel tones. Blues,
Jewel
greens, reds. Not oranges, yellows, not so good.
I get it. Okay. Winter is here asked earlier, will the Clintons get in trouble for not testifying before Congress? And of course, what's his name? Oh God, is it Cornyn? No, it's not Comer, but anyway, the head of the of one of the committees. Oh, he's gonna go after Bill Clinton, and he's gonna investigate him because he. Oh, is it Comer? Okay,
James Comer.
Yeah, he needs to come and testify, and how dare he ignore that? And yeah, his wife better come and testify too, and what? Seriously, are the Clintons going to get in trouble for this? No. Yeah, thank you, Debs. Yeah, Jim Comer. It's hard to keep them all straight. Like, are the Clintons going to get in trouble? Nah. Yeah.
This is an emotional play. Ace of Cups. This is something to get the right all up in arms. It's not an authentic offer to bring him in. It's purely to feed red meat. It's basically in service to. I got cups, and cups. It's in service to people who have really, really strong, passionate emotions about the Clintons. And I can honestly say that Democrats don't give really two flying Fs about the Clintons. We don't consider the Clintons to be the royal family. But the right looks at the Clintons and they want to vilify them to hell and back. So that tells me this is just in service to that.
Yes, because Clinton he is in the Epstein file. There are pictures of him, in a swimming pool and whatnot. Yeah, when the Clintons were notified with that, they said, yeah, and those pictures were taken like 10, 15, 20 years before he had anything to do with, or he knew anything about Epstein. So, no, I think right now they're very much the Nine of Pentacles. They're sitting pretty. They're okay. They're not worried about this. They're going with Eight of Pentacles. They're going to go and do their thing that they normally do. They've got lawyers to handle this. They're not worried about anything else because ultimately things are going to work out for them. They're not involved in this. And if Comer wants to push it, Ace of Swords, you might hear something that you don't want to hear. So,
I got the Page of Swords. They just gotta try and fight somebody. We got to fight somebody, and it's kind of one of those. The main clarifier is the Five of Swords, which is no one to fight, no one to walk away.
Yes.
And I saw something in the comments, and I had the same thought. Didn't Jim Jordan get subpoenaed and he ignored it?
Yeah, for the January 6th committee.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yes. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? He's gonna have a tough time trying to gain some traction on that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And Clinton has said, release the files. Release the files. Whoever, whatever is in there, release the files.
Yeah, the reason what they stated that they're not going to testify is they've already said everything that they can say about it.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
basically they're just trying to put a spectacle on.
Yeah.
Totally. And you know what? Yeah, when you want another distraction, well, who do you go after? Go after Bill Clinton, the guy who cheated on his wife with the intern and the lock her up lady and her emails.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous, but hey, sometimes they feel like they got to play. Okay. And thank you very much, Rose Blue. That is very kind of you. Lovely donation. And she said in 1951, Truman offered 100 million in gold bars to buy Greenland. And they said, thanks for the offer.
Well, you could have offered them $100 million in lint, and they probably wouldn't have taken it either.
No,
Are
exactly.
you sure that wasn't 100 meters of gold bars?
Oh, could be that too. Could be that too. And Spiritual Garden Sprite is a new member. Thank you for joining.
Yay.
And please make sure that you send me an email at heartcentertarot@outlook.com so that I have your email address so that I can send you the Zoom invite to the members get together. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Okay, and let me see what else we've got here that we might take a look at. Well, okay. Yeah, Bern O'Malley said, yeah, did you see he flipped off a Ford employee for pointing out that he's a pedo? That's typical Trump, right? I'm surprised that he didn't stop and try to have no, I'm not. You don't know anything about me. Oh, that was one of the other things that I heard, and I heard it, so I have no idea whether it's true or not, but it certainly sounds like it, that the DOJ has come out and said that the guy being referred to in the Epstein files as Donald J. Trump is not the leader of America, that it's a different Donald J. Trump.
What?
Oh, that explains everything.
I know.
Who knew?
Yes.
I mean, did they really think that was going to stick when they threw it against the wall?
Hey, sometimes you don't,
Hey, gotta try it, it could have worked. Well, I guess Trump supporters aren't exactly the sharpest tools in the shed, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but apparently, yeah, I laughed. I absolutely laughed. Oh, interesting. Philip Ehrman would like to know if we would ever consider making this 2 hours.
Oh my! I think Marina would go stir crazy trying to keep us contained for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Even our mom can't do that.
That could be a little challenging because sometimes as much fun as this is, and as much as I'd love to do 2 hours, energetically, it takes so long. Yeah. It really is.
I think Johnny used to do. Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice did. Kitty Boots or something like that, and that thing goes on for like 2 or 3 hours, doesn't it? Sometimes.
I know.
Oh man, I tell Gary usually after one of these lives, I'm really not in the mood to do a reading after that. I'm done.
Yeah.
And yeah. So thank you.
Yes, exactly. We'll take that as a compliment. Absolutely. We'll take that as a compliment.
You know what they say, Marina, always leave them hungry for more. So
that's right.
You got that.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you much longer. We're 59 minutes and 45 seconds. So thank you to each and every one of you for joining us here. We've got 356 in the room right now. 360. Hello.
Nice.
Welcome.
Nice, right on.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It's free. And I know that David and Gary put out some excellent content, as does Marina. And
Yeah.
I'm about 400, 350, 400 away from 25,000.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting. Totally exciting. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, David. Thank you, Gary. You know how much I love to do this.
Mwah.
So, yes, love it. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. That will be on the 27th. So come and join us then and see what we're reading on. Who's going to make the news? Who survives? Is this like, oh God, what's that island? Anyway.
Survivor.
Survivor. Yes. Yeah. Who survives? Who makes it into next month?
Yes.
All right, everyone. Take care. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
Do.